Hey team, welcome to Small Creator Big World. I'm Barb.
And I'm Becky, and this podcast is a space for us to chat about all things being small creators on the internet, and occasionally to validate our approach to being small creators on the internet.
Correct. So, a couple of episodes ago, or maybe even 3 episodes ago now, I have lost track, we did the, we're doing this podcast wrong because we had a little bit of an existential crisis with the podcast. And we're like,
Normal.
what are we doing? Very normal, typical week. We're just like, what are we doing? How are we doing it? Are we doing the right things? And actually, we kind of realized we weren't doing the right things necessarily for us, which was really good. But since then, what has happened is the discussion behind the scenes has reemerged, which I think it should. I think these are ongoing conversations. It's not like we would ever nail it in one go. But we had a few people like reach out to us and thank you, and kind of give their opinions on things after they heard the episode. And that got us thinking again. So what we thought would be cool to do today is kind of revisit what they've sent us and what we talked about. And maybe it's not like rehashing what we've already done, but like building on it and maybe like just solidifying potentially what we thought or what we didn't think and just, bringing those things. Because I think when we got those comments, we were both like, oh, this is interesting, but in a really good way. I think it was validating, but I think there's things that we can like kind of hone in on potentially. Is that fair?
Especially no, that's so fair. I think especially because and maybe other creators would feel this as well, is like when you're creating, a lot of times you're just speaking to somebody imaginary. Like maybe you're just like, oh, maybe this is some me from like 2-3 years ago or something. But then you start to get feedback, and like your audience would like resonate with some bits of what you're saying and not resonate with other bits of what you're saying. So it's one on one hand, you are creating for an audience that you care for. Maybe it's again your younger self, and then you start to realize like, oh my god, the audience is real. And you start to pinpoint bits where you also didn't realize that. Sorry, words. Basically, you can't read the label from inside the bottle, and therefore you don't know what you're expressing and what's hitting with others until you get that feedback. And I think for us, we were just kind of spitballing with each other, basically, until we started getting this feedback about what specifically about the small creator that has resonated with people. And interestingly, we sort of set a criteria for being small creator. We set a threshold of revenue. Nobody who has given us feedback mentioned revenue. What did they mention instead?
Nope, they mentioned everything but revenue. In fact, so you're right. That was really interesting. And actually, we had, if we take a step back and we put those, and we will talk through all of these. I know it sounds like we're just like not saying who these people are. We'll talk through all of these points in a second. But it's, if you put all of those people through the revenue lens, they're actually a wide spectrum of people, and they definitely, some of them fall outside of the criteria of whatever we ended up setting, like $0 to $1,000. But it didn't matter what the revenue number was. What was actually hitting was, surprisingly, the term small creator. I think that in itself hit, which I know the podcast is called Small Creator Big World, but I don't think we realized, well, I definitely didn't, that the actual term itself could hit. And it was really cool to hear people go, oh, I actually really resonate with that term and what you guys have kind of, I guess even a little bit unknowingly have made it mean, or like what we're talking about. And how do we want to do this? Do we just want to, should we go through the feedback and just like blitz through it?
Yeah, let's go through the feedback and just and pontificate our take on it, because we are important people and have important thoughts.
Sure. We're not, but the people that sent us thoughts.
Yeah, they're important.
Yes, they're important. Okay, so I think this might actually even like be in the order it came in, but that's kind of irrelevant. But basically, our friend Gio,
Hi, Gio.
Who is, oh, now I'm trying to remember her official title at work. Anyway, she is another Ali Abdal employee, so she works with you currently.
Head of
and she
community, head of student success.
Yes,
head of
but
coaches.
I think she also head of everything. Basically,
head of everything.
Gio runs.
That's Gio. Gio runs the show.
Yeah, Gio runs the show, and because you guys have launched Lifestyle Business Academy. Is that what it's called? LBA.
Yes. I think she is head of student success. Yeah, she leads the team of coaches there.
Nice. Okay. And then previously she was also running the coaches behind Productivity Lab. Anyway, so that's her day job, but she is also a creator. And she has been creating online for many years now, and she is an incredible artist and has I was going to say drawing channel, but I'm not sure if it's specifically drawing, but it's an art channel, basically. And she even has an art book that we'll link because it's incredible.
Oh gosh, I wish I could show it, but I literally lent it to a friend because she wanted to get into drawing, and I'm like, I know the exact book, and she was right here, so I like lent it to her.
That's
great
fair.
book.
That's fair. We'll have it on another episode.
She also has a course.
She does just okay. We'll put links to Gio's stuff in the description, guys. But anyway, sorry. The point was Gio messaged and she said some things. She said some things that were really, really useful. You go.
No, it was really sweet. She sent a voice message to the both of us, and she was saying that it's really nice to have us talk about creating on the internet because we are not, I guess, okay, taking a step back, it feels like everybody on the internet here is like creating to make money. And Gio was specifically saying like, well, everybody is acting as if it's their full-time job or treating it as their second full-time job, like putting in like tens of hours like of each week. And she's like, well, my job is like really, really, really busy. So realistically, I only have time to create like on the side. And she felt, correct me if I'm wrong, but what I took from it was like she felt validated that our approach to creating on the internet is not like you must hyper optimize everything and make sure everything is like super retention hacky and that you must grow like 10,000 followers every single week. But our approach is a lot more laissez-faire compared to a lot of these gurus on the internet.
Yes, I agreed. I think it was slow growth vibes. And I think she the one that used that term. She was, again, so Gio is incredibly smart, incredibly talented. And she is an artist, first and foremost. She is a creative. That doesn't mean she doesn't want to make money online. I think this is a key distinction. Not that you have to make money online, and we'll come to that other group that actually just purely want to do it for the art, which is also completely valid. And I think that's our point too. But I guess, if there's a spectrum, it's kind of like, hey, I want to create just for the love of creating. And on the complete other side, you've got, I guess, what is hustle culture, right? Is to an extent, I almost don't care what I'm creating, but I'm here to make money. Or I have a business that I want to plug, and that is the reason for content creation. Maybe that's an oversimplification, but like that's the broad spectrum. And I think with the Part-Time YouTuber Academy, Ali Abdal, you always used to say, look, are you a hobbyist or are you
doing it as a business?
Thank you. I don't know what the term was. In it for, whatever the thing is. And actually, I think that there's this middle ground, right? There is this, and maybe even slightly more towards the artistic, creative side, but it's not that you can't make money. It's just the way you approach it. So instead of being a hustle culture, I need to spend 40 hours a week on this, and I need to go all in and optimize the hell out of everything, and I need everything to be like, it's all about fast growth and do it now and blah, 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 blah. I think we're very the opposite of that, and we're like, look, do it in your own time. And that's also not to say that you can't put any effort in. Like you do have to commit to it if you want to make money from it. You don't have to commit to it if you're just doing it as a creative outlet. But I think people get lost, and there's so much of the hustle culture stuff that people feel almost like there is only one way. So if you want to make money online, you have to hustle and you have to go hard. And I just don't think we vibe with that.
Yeah, although understandably so. Like creating online is one of the most sort of independent ways you can make money. It emerged as this sort of like fun thing that you could do that, oh my God. And then we just hear of all these success stories of all these like full-time influencers. Gio specifically mentioned like it's insane to see peers who started off the same time as her and then suddenly go to like hundreds and thousands of subscribers. And it's just really, really hard to not compare yourself to like other people who, are like doing the same things you do and then have a metric attached to it, like literally like the number of subscribers, number of views, number of likes, number of comments, and maybe even like their revenue, because now they talk about their revenue online. So it's insane. It's as if like, oh, if you don't launch like a 6-figure, 7-figure business, or you're not like a full-time influencer content creator after like 2 to 3 years, you're doing it wrong kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. And I guess, I don't know how relevant this is. It's just a thought popped into my head. But even within our team, the people that have left the Ali Abdaal team, or the millions of us, there are people that have obviously gone off and like amazingly become so successful. And it's not an overnight success. Like, they are bloody hard workers and they've put in the effort, and like, it's so cool to see that growth. But I can also see, because I've done it myself, when you watch it, you're like, well, what am I doing? It's like, like, get a move on. And it's like, well, everybody's different. Everyone's journey is different. And I'm telling myself this as I'm saying this out loud. And that's okay. That's like what they want. And that's what brings them joy and makes them happy. But like, I wouldn't trade places with them. Like, I wouldn't, I actually don't want to live that life. Anyway, that was a slight tangent, but
oh my God, it is interesting, because I think like, oh, you're literally just talking about this today. I think like for both of us, someone inside the team and someone outside the team, we receive and send a message of like, oh my God, how are you doing this? A couple of times a week, like both ways, always. And it's just like everybody's talking to each other, and we all say that it's like as if we say don't compare to each other, but literally that's what we're doing all the dang time, because all of us, all of our careers are online. So this is,
it's true,
beyond just like our creative outlet. We're like literally like side-eyeing each other, like, oh my God, how far are you, or with your work, with your business, with your clients? Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And it's hard. And I guess even to Gio's point, like, she's seeing her peers go and do that, and it's like it's hard to not get caught up in that and start to question things. And I really like the point of just, it's slow growth. And I know that's a very Matt Diavella thing. So I was very hesitant to also repeat it. Not that he owns it. Maybe he does own it. Do you think he owns it? Is that a thing? Anyway, sorry.
He has a course called Slow Growth.
He has and anyway, and there was this trend back then, because I remember when I was doing the part-time YouTube Academy, it was very anti-hustle culture, and it was slow growth vibes. But it's almost gone away a bit again. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't. But it is very much, it feels, and I've caught myself doing this as well, it feels like everything has to be optimized.
It does. It's like, oh man, the other day when we were doing office hours, like somebody came in and was like, I think I am posting like regularly on, I can't remember which social media platform, but they're like, am I not doing this like fast enough? Should I like optimize it and stuff? And then both of us like asked this person, and we're like, are you trying to make money from it? And they're like, no, doing it for fun. And we're like, oh, then who cares how fast you're going on this platform? Like, this is, I think we kind of forget that like we entered the creator space not to make money. We all like just started making videos for the heck of it. You still make vlogs for the heck of it. You never publish them. You just make videos because they're fun. Ali was telling me about this Casey Neistat quote the other day. He was like, oh, the creator economy has too much economy and not enough creator. And that just, I was like, oh, that feels so true. And in classic Ali fashion, we were like literally doing it in like a, oh my God, what content is going to generate a lot of views? And then we just started questioning ourselves a little bit, because every time we do it, there's a little bit of like ick that comes out, and we know we have to do it for the business, but we can't help but to be like, you know what, some videos are just there for the vibes, but it just has to exist in a ratio that makes sense. That not all videos on a channel that makes money, that is employing like a dozen or so people, like that channel cannot be just pure vibes.
Yes, I think this is the thing, and I totally understand when it becomes a full-time business and your main source of income. And especially when you have a team.
Yeah.
But even if you don't, it's like, well, hang on. If I don't produce the content that pleases the algorithm, and as much as we say you're making content for people, fundamentally it is the algorithm. If the algorithm changes, then you're like, you have to kind of follow it.
Yeah.
When your income depends on it,
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like, I totally understand the world of optimization, and I'm not saying anything against it. And I think it has its thing and it is necessary. And also there are people that actually are in it to make money and make like their full-time income, and they will do whatever and they will hustle. And I have so much respect for them because it's incredible. I just am too lazy to do anything like that. And that's why I've had to go, oh, there must be another way. So like that definitely has its thing, and I'm pro that, but I'm also pro the other thing because I think fundamentally it's what works for you. And I think the bit that don't like is when, and again, it's probably just the way I think, but when it's all you see and you start to question what works for you and what you need, because you're like, well, everyone's doing it the other way. I have to do it that way. And it's like, hang on, no. There are definitely other ways of doing it. And it comes back to why you're doing it and what your goals are. And yes, okay, fine. If you need to make a lot of money very fast, that is a completely different approach. And to be honest, you're probably not listening to this podcast if that is you. You're probably watching the Hormozis or like, I can't think of anyone else right now. But yeah, so like you're probably listening to that a whole different world of stuff anyway. But I think we are here in our corner of the internet to say, hey, look, there is another way, and you can still make content and enjoy yourself, and you can still grow. It's not like enjoyment versus growth. It just might take you slightly longer. But yeah, slow growth, if we're allowed to use that term, and it hasn't been stolen by Matt Diavella. But I guess he did the same thing, right? We were just saying this, is he got caught in the hustle culture himself, right? He got super big. I mean, he is still big, but like, and then like started expanding and I guess was copying the likes of Ali and started building out his team and things. And then one day he was like, what the hell am I doing? And he basically, I was going to say sacked everyone. That sounds bad, but he like disbanded the team and brought it back because he wanted to go back to why he was doing things and like the creativity, and he didn't need all the other stuff. And he was a happier person for it.
Yeah, he's now back to doing everything solo. And interestingly, he also only works with one sponsor, basically, just Squarespace for the entire year. But basically, he just like pared everything down to like the bare minimum. Like again, his like minimalism ethos is just very, very visible through it. But another creator that we think is like big keeps telling us that he resonates as a small creator is Paul Millard, who after seeing our podcast title and listening to a few episodes and sponsoring an episode, thanks Paul.
Thanks Paul.
He
Books
made
are
a
blurred
video
there for anybody who is watching. Blurry book sponsor. Can confirm this is good work and the path is path.
Amazing. Yes. And yeah, Paul made a video, I think just recently, this week by the time we're recording this, on being a small creator and how he's staying small on purpose. And his definition of being small is operating as a one-person solo team. And his arguments for it is that he likes to stay small because he can just work / not work / lean into whatever is like pulling him at the time. I was in a group chat with him and like a bunch of other people doing a bunch of AI stuff, and I think somebody was saying like, oh my god, maybe it's fun to do an episode with Paul, and then Paul like replied like, this is Paul's agent instructed to like deny any sort of work because Paul doesn't want to work. Like, so funny.
I love it.
Yeah, he knows what he wants and he protects the smallness of it, and with that I think he just feels an immense sense of freedom and the fact that he can just create whatever and whenever he wants.
Yeah it was really weird when he said, I'm a small creator. We were both like, what? No, you're not. Like, what are you on about?
Like, you're single-handedly are responsible for the downfall of consulting, like the whole industry.
And everyone quitting their job.
Yeah.
But like, he is by all means, by all definitions, like he is successful, right? He like
best-selling author.
Makes,
again,
like, courses, like revenue, like looking across, and that goes back to our conversation about like revenue figures and stuff. Like for us, he wouldn't fit into our definition of small creator, not starting out or like early days, not just like he has an audience and he is making money and he's written books, right? But it was really interesting for him to say, no, guys, genuinely, I'm not joking. I resonate as a small creator. Like, I am this one-man band. I don't want a team. I'm very happy doing this work. I don't need to scale. I don't need to grab, like, he knows he's leaving money on the table, but that's okay. Like, that's not his aim. He's very much like, hey, I just want to enjoy my life, and do what I actually love and spend time with my family. And we're like, oh, okay, fine. Small creative vibes. Maybe it's just a solopreneur. Maybe, like, it's not like he's not growing. It's not like he's resting on his laurels and be like, well, like he's very aware of it. But it's the approach to it. Like he's still hungry and eager to learn and grow and do all the things, which is really, really cool. But he's just doing it in his way, as apparently a small creator.
Yeah, what does he call it again? The long, slow, stupid, fun way or something? Something like that. I love it, by the way. It's just basically the most unnecessarily long, scenic, fun way possible.
Yeah. I think in a world where, and again, like I'm very, this is a very, I'm over, I was going to say oversimplified. I'm not like generalizing here. I'm not saying that this is everyone's approach, but it feels like everything's about make money, make a lot of money, make it fast, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what are you doing? And it's like, oh my God, you're leaving money on the table. It's like, hang on, but that's not what it's about. Like, if you have to do something and it just sucks the joy out of you, and like, why? And again, all of this is caveated to like in a position where you can. Like, I think obviously sometimes you just need to like pay the bills, and like that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But in a world where it's making you feel worse, or you feel like you have to because of what is around you, it's like, but you don't. You really don't. And I think Paul is such a good example of this, of being like you said, he knows what he wants to do and he knows what he doesn't want to do, and he knows his like boundaries, and that's actually really, really cool.
Yeah, tangent on this. Bobby actually does a good job reminding me every time I get caught up in like, oh my God, I need to make money. And you'll always tell me like, hey, you already have a full-time job. You make enough money. You can like chill the fuck down, and like
Yes.
stop doing 10,000 different things.
Yes. And maybe that's just me feeling bad because I'm not doing those things. But like truly, I think this is okay. One thing I've realized is not when you, people know this, it's who you hang around with makes a difference. When you hang around with
Yeah.
Ali, it is both inspiring, but it could also be like detrimental because you feel, okay, Ali is a different kind of human, right? He can go all the time, nonstop. And you actually, to be fair, you can too, but I just sometimes I'm like, why? Like, we don't need to do this. Like, what do we like? If you had no life and you literally had nothing else to do, sorry, Ali, I'm not suggesting you have no life, but like, I'd be like, all right, cool. What else are you gonna do? But there are other things in life to enjoy. Like, we don't have to squeeze work out of every minute of it. Like, it just
That's
doesn't
true.
make sense to me, and we don't need to put extra pressure on ourselves. I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't work hard. But yeah, fundamentally, you still have a full-time job and you work hard at it. And you're still doing all the other fun stuff on the side that you want to do. Like, you're still Claude coding away and all of this jazz. So
I blame Paul. This is Paul's fault. Was in his dang group chat, discovered Claude Code like 10 days ago. And
I've
I've
done
just
nothing
been,
since.
and yeah, working on 6 different tools. It's fun.
See, if you had all of these side hustles, where would you have fun? Have the time to be fun? No, you are fun. Not suggesting you're not fun. But where would you have the time to go and do fun things and creative things that you actually enjoy? And for you, that is Claude Code. For Geo, it's drawing. Like, and we don't have to, and again, this is not new, but we don't have to turn all of the fun stuff in life into money-making streams. Right?
Correct.
Some things
That's
can
so
just
true.
be fun. You are not doing Claude Code to make money.
No, I'm not.
If that happens, amazing. And like, again, going back to Geo, her channel is about drawing. So if she makes money, which she is, amazing. But you don't want to lose what you were doing it for in the first place. You don't want to lose the love. But I was talking to Geo, she's away at the moment, I think. And she was just like, you know something? Like, so much stuff going on. I just need a little bit of a break. And she's like, I just want to draw, but for myself, like not on camera. And I'm like, this, like, I think it's so, and I think that's where, to be fair, I think is where it's very hard when you monetize something you love, because it's like, oh, I'm drawing, I should be filming, or there's content to make, and it's like, but that's not why you did it in the first place. It just so happened that you were good at it and you could teach other people and that you have made money from it, but you should still be able to go back to that and get the joy and be creative.
Yeah, I think it is extra hard because like you said, like working with Ali and like literally being in a team where content is like our main thing. Like the first time I met all of you guys, we were at a retreat and like everybody had an Osmo Pocket and I was like, what the fuck is this universe? Like why is everybody vlogging? It's to the point where I started like labeling my Osmo Pocket. I never had to do that before. Now my Osmo Pocket has like Bex written like on everything, like on the mic, on the magnet, on like the case, on like oh my goodness, because like we show up to a retreat and there's like at least like 5 to 7 Osmo Pockets, like literally everybody like spilling around on the table, and we're just like, oh my goodness, but it's so normal. And then we even had, well, it's my fault, I suggested in the previous like offsite where we were all hanging around, I was like, well, it's really hard to get content of ourselves, but let's make it a deal where we get content of each other like doing things, because it's like it's a rare chance to do it. But also at the same time, we were like literally just trying to record stuff just for like B-roll. And I get it. It's fun to do it in sprints. And I did get this tip actually from a friend who was doing content, like fitness content on Instagram, where he was like, oh, I only take content of my like, I only vlog my like day to day when I'm actually hanging out with other content friends. So he doesn't do it on like a regular basis. But when he knows he's hanging around like other content creators, because they all have the same problem where they don't want content to intrude into like their daily lives, into their personal lives, their partners' lives. But if they're hanging with a group of friends where everyone's just doing content, like this makes sense. And then the fact that Gio and I and you are like in this content space, we see everybody doing it. So for us, it's like even more normalized, and we're just like more pulled, but also like more repulsed by it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you were saying like somebody was saying something to you about us being on both sides. You got a comment from Becky Vance.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I was like, where are we going with that one? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. So Becky Vance also, hello Becky. She was catching up with the pod and she was listening, and she also sent us a bunch of comments which were super helpful.
Also former Team Ali member.
Obviously, because that's almost the criteria to talk to us.
Yeah, yes, basically. I inherited all of our emails.
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, Becky. Yeah. If you didn't work for Ali Abdal or have some relation, like, what?
Don't talk to us again.
Yeah. Thankfully, that is. In fact, no. I was going to say it's the opposite. It's not. Okay. No, sorry, Becky. Yes. Sent us some really helpful comments. And okay, so. For context, Becky was head of social media for Ali, and then went off and did her own thing and has her own. I think it's officially an agency. I don't know. I get confused. But yeah, so she has her, which we'll also link down below, called Sociables. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, Sociables. Sociable. That makes sense. That makes more sense. Sorry, Becky. Has also like done this really cool thing and launched this really cool again, I'm going to assume it's an agency. I'm pretty sure it is. What's the definition of an agency? Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, there's me doubting myself. Anyway, and has one of the team members has gone on to be like super successful and is like really cool. And what was my point there? Oh yeah, so again, is a creator, but also works with creators. So does her own social media and stuff, and will put out a YouTube video every so often, and it is like again very creative and knows her shit. And so I guess she was listening and kind of saying, like I was literally nodding along to the episode, going and almost. She was like, I was basically just responding to you in real time. I was like, we can't hear that. But yeah,
that's so funny.
but yeah, no, it was cool. I think her point was, hey guys, this is actually pretty useful, because you have seen it and see it from both sides. Because you're, I guess, like her, you are producing content. Like we've got the podcast, like a little bit of dabbling in Instagram. You still make YouTube videos. But on the flip side, we work for creators and therefore see it from the other side as well. And that is, that's actually kind of useful to hear, like your thoughts and opinions, but also can relate to the things that we're saying. And was basically like, format good, is I think the kind of gist of that. Yeah, did I miss anything? I probably did.
No, just it's helpful to have our point of view, which thank you.
Yes.
It's nice to know that our point of view is helpful. We doubt ourselves a lot.
That was the other thing. I think it was a little bit of validation. Sorry, I just remember it was a little bit of validation. But also, us sharing our learnings from working with those creators is also useful, because that's just like, what's the thing where you just share knowledge with each other?
A conversation?
Wow. Yeah, okay, I see what I see.
This is really confusing. What are you?
It's like a brain.
A hive mind.
What are you referring to? That the word, maybe? I don't know. Who knows?
A hive mind, I think, is just like everybody just like thinking in the same space. I don't know what are you
maybe that kind of vibe. Anyway, my point is, I don't know what my point was. I'll shut up.
No,
groupthink. I think that's what I was thinking. I was thinking groupthink.
What's groupthink? It's everybody thinking of the same thing. And like it becomes like a sheep herding, like a.
Oh, I was thinking of that, but I don't think I realized what I was thinking. Anyway, beside the point, I've just gone off on a complete tangent.
You should stop thinking. I think that's
I think that's probably fair.
Yeah,
I think that's fair. Okay.
Well,
okay. Good episode.
We tried.
Time to wrap that one up. Okay. I'm sure we said some things that may have been vaguely useful. Okay, no, wait. Can I take it back? I forgot one of the points Gio made.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so going back to small creative vibes and that whole thing you were talking about of creating on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So when Ali was teaching the part-time YouTuber Academy, like, it's in the name. The whole idea was, hey, look, you could build like a YouTube thing part-time, right, alongside your full-time job. Yeah. In reality, it was pretty clear that, hey, the message was, and this was like, and I did the cohort a couple of times before I kind of joined the team. I was like, damn, this is a full-time job in itself. Like, what do you mean you can do this part-time? And obviously someone like Ali and many other people have done and can do. Sorry, I'm not suggesting it's not possible. But it's also bloody hard. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. It should be hard. Otherwise, literally everybody would do it. But I think I've just forgot my point. What is my point? My point is it can very quickly take over your life, right? There is so much to think about, especially when you start, that it's incredibly overwhelming. And again, in order for that fast growth, you have to put a lot of effort in, and 1 or 2 videos a week consistently, and they have to be good, and you always have to be improving. I think Gio's point, which I completely agree with, is like, okay, but if you have a full-time job, and that full-time job, and maybe this is the slight difference, that full-time job actually takes your full mental energy and is probably more than a full-time job, because let's be honest, I barely did any 40-hour weeks. They were all much more than 40-hour weeks there. The job itself consumes your life. And again, there is nothing wrong with that. We do it because we enjoy it and we love it, and we've been given an incredible opportunity to learn. And it's fantastic. But it is truly difficult, especially when you're working in the creator economy, you're working with creator staff, to then, it's different. Ali was a doctor and then he was doing creative stuff. If you're doing creative stuff all day and then you have to go home and do more creative stuff. Like it is difficult. At least it's not necessarily I have a full-time job and I have to do YouTube. It's like, well, I mean, there is that too, because there are some that just like, there is genuinely like, hey, I'm tired at the end of the day, I've got no mental energy. But I think it is harder when you're also in that world and actually you want a bit of separation. And it's like, where is that coming from? I think that's one thing I struggled with, is you give so much to the job, but then you're working in YouTube. There is no separation. It's not like, hey, I've done an accounting job in the daytime, and then I've gone home and it's like, oh, I can let out my creativity now because I've been like in a different world. I think there is also, I'm not even actually sure that was her point. I think her point was purely, hey, look, I also have a full-time job. Like, when am I going to find the time to also do the other things? Like, it's hard. I actually, like, I have a life too. I'm realistically only going to be able to commit 4 hours to this, which is also valid. But I think there is a mental energy thing as well here, because you might have an entire weekend free, but it's hard.
Yeah, it is really, really hard. I think one of the things that I've been really, really trying to figure out is like basically not to do this stuff on the side as like a second full-time job, because I think the temptation is to um put in as many hours as you can into the side hustle or into the side creative project as like the full-time, because we're just using to like doing everything that a full-time job requires. But actually in the creative project, because you're only doing it on the side, like you're allowed to cut some corners if you want to. Like you're allowed to have a not so great thumbnail, you're allowed to have like a not so great edited video and still ship it and stuff. It doesn't have to be held in the same standard as you do your full-time job. This is what I'm telling myself. And part of why I'm like starting a YouTube channel and just being like, you know what, if it's like 80% good enough, I'm just gonna ship it, because like the standard should be different when you're like literally spending so much less time on it. And the frequency should also be different, because this is again not your full-time job. Is what I tell myself. And this is how I think approaching creating as like a small creator. Um, I guess just like zooming out, what am I taking? How am I approaching my own creative outlets as like a small creator? Um, it's like, I guess one, maybe just shipping things whenever I want to. So like YouTube doesn't have any sort of cadence. It's just literally whenever I feel inspired to film, then I would pull out a camera and do it. Um, Second is like to do things solo as best as I can. So I'm just like sticking mostly with like writing. I've like trimmed off even like the editing part of it. Like I used to exchange drafts with like my peers, and then it just became like way too much of a time hog to revise based on what my friends are saying, and then also have to like edit their stuff. But I also didn't want to pay an editor, because I didn't want this to become like a costly like hobby as well. Um, that's yeah, and three, not attach sort of any monetary goals to my creative stuff. But how about you? How are you approaching your creator life as a small creator?
Yes. Good points. I like that. Yeah, I think, and I think, sorry to tie up Gio's point, I think that was her point, is every resource out there seems to be aimed at full-time creators or people that, are giving everything, because it's all about the optimization. It's all about the like,
Goodness.
doing it. Yeah. Whereas no, like, I think that is absolutely our thing. And I think this is the thing that we keep coming back to. And I think we remind each other. I think you remind me more than anything else. But like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Again, this is nothing new, but it's so easy to get caught up in what people are saying and what people are doing. But yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. I think that the weeks that I feel better is where I've put content out regardless, because I'm like, oh, I put stuff out. Whereas the weeks I'm like, I've held off because I'm like, oh, it's not quite ready, or I don't have the time to like polish it. I've gone, oh, that's another week where I haven't put anything out. And I think that is worse. Like, if I looked back, I would much rather have had, okay, if I just look at the last 3 months, I would much rather have posted weekly as a newsletter than what I have done. So I'm still working on it. I'm still very bad at it. In that time, I've probably had a handful of newsletters. But how much better would it have been had I just sent something out regardless?
Okay, I'm
And
gonna pause you right here because how
oh
many
no.
newsletters did you release in 2024?
Oh, what was I even doing in 2024? Probably 0.
There you go.
Is the right answer 0?
I think so. I don't think you had a newsletter
Okay.
in 2024.
I
So
don't think I
basically,
did.
whatever slow few newsletters you released in 2025, it's already more than you did in the year prior. So I don't think you should be this hard on yourself because you've already
Okay.
done a lot more.
Okay, that's fair. I will take that.
Yeah,
Thank you. And that's our vibe, guys. Yeah,
exactly.
no,
A win is a
you're
win.
right. A win is a yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you know something. A win is a win,
Yeah.
and I think actually, yeah. To follow on from that, I think it's easy to beat yourself up, and 1 week becomes 2 weeks, and then you almost call yourself a failure, or you're like, oh, I'm not. Versus, okay, well, I haven't published for I don't know 3 weeks. Who cares?
Yeah.
Maybe just publish this week and let it be 300 words. Who cares?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing is doing something towards it regardless. That is the important thing. So as long as I am okay, Substack notes, for example, I have stripped it back to just say, and I didn't post yesterday, but broadly, I am posting a note a day because that is still something and it still keeps the mind going. Versus had I not posted anything, I would have just like I would have beat myself up for it, or I would just been like, oh, what's the point? Or I would have just like my brain wouldn't have when you do, your brain starts to think. Like your brain is like, oh, we're doing something, and it naturally builds. So yeah, I think for me it's important to always be doing something towards it. And I guess okay, so I guess if I was to cut myself a little bit of slack as well, I do also have this podcast. So it's not like I'm putting out 0 content.
Exactly.
I'm still working on this in the background. And through this, I am building other skills. So, Alison said to me the other day that she's noticed an improvement in our podcasts.
Thank you,
I was like,
Allison.
oh, that is delightful. I don't know if that
Can
means that she thought they were really bad in the first place.
I was gonna say,
But
can
I
we
choose
ask
to believe.
how she thinks they have improved?
Yes, she said, basically, I think we have got better at our back and forth. She was not thinking
great.
title and thumbnail. No, that's for sure.
Okay. Our
Because
back and
she
forth is
listens.
getting better?
Yeah, as in
Okay.
like I guess I guess we found our rhythm in like we
Yeah.
know when to jump in, when to not jump in, like look how to steer the conversation a bit better, and therefore this is a more cohesive conversation than potentially our first 3 or 4, which makes sense because they were early days. We were still getting used to like how this works and what we were doing, and we weren't even prepping back then. Like we would just go okay, but I think okay that is an important thing. We could have waited until this moment where we knew what the next 10 episodes were and we had this plan or whatever, but actually us showing up once a month back then as well and just talking even though it was crap has gotten to this point where we're now releasing every other week, have a creator office hours, have a newsletter. Like had we not done the slight improvements all the time, we would not be here right now.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is so important and I think that's the kind of thing I keep telling myself is that, okay, even if I'm not posting newsletters, I'm posting notes. That is still putting content out into the world. Okay, I'm still not posting regularly on LinkedIn, but I'm posting occasionally, and that is better than not posting at all. And every single time I do it, I will take a learning from it. I'll be like, oh, that works, that doesn't work. And it also keeps the cogs turning in my head.
All right. Someone just saying this because she just popped off on LinkedIn this week.
I didn't pop off on LinkedIn, but for me,
You kind of popped off on LinkedIn.
I
What
was
did you
like,
post?
okay, so it was literally just a throwback thing to my very first YouTube video after taking the part-time YouTuber Academy, and it was a review of PTYA. I didn't work for them yet, and that video got 20,000 views or something. And I was like, whoa. And I had 500 subscribers and I had this little screenshot and I was like, well, that was when I thought I was going to be a YouTuber. How things change. But general gist is like life changing, right? You put yourself out there and stuff happens. And okay, hang on, side point. And I think I said this to you, is it's actually really daunting to have a post that in quotes pops off, right? It's actually quite nice to go under the radar. I know everyone wants to, like, well, I say this, a lot of people do want to go viral and want all of that. I was just like, oh no, because now I'm like, what do I follow this up with? Like, now I'm overthinking the next post because I'm like, oh, this hit and people liked it. Like, what is it? No one gives a crap. But in my head, I'm like, what's my next post? Oh my God, it has to hit in the same way. It bloody doesn't, but I don't like it because now I'm like, oh, this is giving me immediate pressure that I'm like, bleh. I'd almost rather it not pop off and me have that space to learn under the radar, when no one's watching or listening. But
That's
either
okay.
way,
Nobody's watching or listening to this. So
that's true. Good.
So
point,
this is
good
our
point,
space
good point.
to mess around, experiment, have a little bit of
Exactly.
fun, improve on our back and forth.
Exactly. And I believe our titles and thumbnails have genuinely improved.
Yeah,
Please tell us
somebody
if you
put
disagree.
real good effort in improving our title and thumbnails.
Well, that was
It's
just
not
me
me.
asking you what we should do, and you were going, actually, this.
No,
but
no,
but
guys, I just show up. Bob does everything else.
that's not true. You write the newsletter,
That's fair. That's
and
fair.
I could not do that in a million years.
That's fair.
So
I do write. That is my thing.
Yep, play to your strength, kids. It's important. But yeah, any other tips? I forgot what we were talking about.
How you are approaching your creativity, your creator thingies as a small creator.
Nice. I think that does it in a nutshell.
Nice.
Anything else from you?
No, I think that's about it. Thanks so much for everybody who sent in their feedback. It was really, really nice to hear from you guys, and to have it in a form of a voice note was wonderful.
Yes.
Voice note, YouTube video. God, we really are friends with creators. God dang.
Oh God. Oh, here's something I learned last night. Did you know that you can voice note people on LinkedIn?
What?
Yeah.
Why? I'm sorry, that was not so.
I don't have the answer to that. I'm just, oh God, don't shoot the messenger.
Who are you voice noting on LinkedIn?
I am not voice noting anybody, but a little sales technique that has maybe been used, because it's a pattern interrupt. So it's almost like sending people voice. Obviously, they're not pitching in that voice note, but
okay.
But no. Okay, no. But like, you could.
Yeah.
Okay, if we take the sales bit out of it, isn't it cool if you connected with someone and you actually send them a voice note?
Yeah, that is really cool. That is really cool. I guess anything to add a personal touch.
Yes,
yeah, I remember
but also,
the first time Saf, instead of messaging me on WhatsApp, he sent me a Loom. And at first I questioned why is it Loom and not like a video message. But apparently it's easier to load a Loom because if your internet is slow, then at least you can still load the message in lower res. And I'm like, oh, that's actually really freaking smart.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like it can like upload in the background instead of you trying to send on WhatsApp and then WhatsApp failing and then the thing not sending. So that's why sending video messages through Looms
Smart
can work.
Smart.
It's actually really, really smart. But yeah, just receiving that is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Leonard sent both of us like personalized Happy New Year messages, and
that was really sweet.
really, really nice.
Such a nice touch. Yeah, so personal touch is not just for sales, guys. Just to be a nice human. It really makes someone's day.
It does.
Okay, cool. So wrap up in a nutshell before we do updates. What's the moral of the story here?
Just do whatever you want and whatever pace you want. Just it's chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chill.
But the important thing is to do whatever that is. And that doesn't mean it has to be content. But if whatever it is, just do it because you'll regret not doing it more.
Yeah, heck, practice the guitar whenever you want. It's so creative.
You don't have to monetize everything.
Yeah, you don't have to monetize everything. That is key. Despite what all these hustle bros tell you, you don't have to monetize everything.
Nope. And you don't have to blow up overnight, and you don't have to be 100,000 subscribers, and you don't have to optimize the hell out of stuff. You can just have fun with the process.
Yes,
oh God,
allowed to have fun.
It's the journey, not the destination.
Oh my God, it's as if you work for someone who likes to say that.
I know. I did cringe at myself before I said it.
Oh, good.
But the sentiment is there.
We are aware.
Yeah. But like low pressure stakes, guys. Like I have had fun making thumbnails, but if I had to actually make thumbnails like with pressure, or it was like the way I made money, I'd be like, oh my God, I hate this. But it's actually just fun learning things. And I also I know I don't need to get to 100%. I don't need to be a thumbnail expert.
No.
Not something I want to do. I am happy learning a little every time. You might not think I've learned anything, but for me, it's just, that's it. So yes, I agree. Have fun with it is the gist. Okay, cool. Sorry. Ramble enough. Tell me what's going on in your life.
What is going on in my life? What is going on in my life? I just came back from... Yes, I have in a way. I just came back from Indonesia, spent Lunar New Year with the family, tried to earn my flight back in red packets.
Did you?
Well, I did, and then I decided to buy my mom an iPhone with the red packet money.
Aww.
So I did not. She was on an iPhone 7. I think it was time for an upgrade. So when we got that iPhone 17, I think it was a very, very well worth upgrade.
Okay, so iPhone 27 for mom next.
Basically, there you go. Yeah. Nice. we got our a nice one with like upgraded storage and everything. Because it's okay. Speaking of like small creators, she is an artist, true creative person, fashion. I can probably grab. She like she makes stuff like this. And so she does this like full time. This is her job. It's been her job ever since I was a kid. So
for those of you listening and not watching, it is a little pouch.
Yes, with her illustrations on it, and her actually she sewed this, and it's incredible. Sewn that word. And then this is photographed and then printed, but I have like a lot of her stuff where she literally like sewed on like the beads and everything on. It is amazing. But the point being that she runs this whole business from a phone. And it is just incredible because I can't even let go of my laptop. Like, you know how we're always just like, oh, some purchases like flights is like a laptop purchase. Yeah, absolutely. Like a train ticket is maybe a phone purchase, but a flight purchase is like a laptop purchase. She purchases flights, hotels, business labels, even printing out like address, shipping labels, and everything all through the phone. And I don't know how she does this because I don't even know how to do it. Like, I don't know how to print shit from my phone. Like, what the fuck? Like, but she is just able to do it. And I think it's just like, I think the amount of things you can do now as like one person is insane. Anyway, that was my tangent where she is like literally also a small creator. That's a
very, very fair tangent. I love that. Your mum's a small creator. Welcome to the club. But yeah, actually very, very valid point. An iPhone 7. Like, I complain about my phone all the time, and mine's new. So yeah,
iPhone 7. She does all her promo, all her Instagram content, everything through like a mix of like Canva, Snapseed, and just about. I got her Canva account because I was just like, this is not it. But like she's literally able to like finesse her way around it just with like the free tools that are out there, and it's just, I think the resourcefulness is amazing. It's amazing what you can do as a small creator. Like, you don't need a big budget for a lot of stuff. It's great.
Maybe we should have your mom on a podcast one day.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. She'll have fun.
Nice. Okay, anything else going on in your life?
This is my last week of filming with Ali for the quarter before he departs for about a month. And it just feels like it's been a long 2-month sprint. So I am so looking forward to like catching my breath. Yeah. I think this is the thing with like really surprisingly, this is the first time we've ever, I think, ever in Ali's like YouTube history had a 3-month plan for filming. I don't think this has ever happened before. You can tell me if I'm wrong because you were there basically before I was.
Well, I don't think we ever got to a 3-week plan.
Yeah, we have like we are covered through like all the way through mid-May, and this is not the end of February. This is how far I have managed to get
actual videos.
Yeah, already filmed.
Yeah, no, I don't think we've ever been that far in
advance. Yeah.
That's impressive.
We have a full quarter filming mapped out. So I guess my job is basically to, after this, just take a look at what's worked in the quarter, what hasn't worked in the quarter. But it just feels like I finally got like a system down for YouTube, and it's been great. And now I'm just gonna take a little bit of a breather, evaluate,
Yeah.
plan for the next quarter accordingly, see what puzzle pieces needs to be moved around, because again, like, content is only one part of the business. It's not the whole business, but it is still the top of the funnel of the business. So it matters in that
Yes.
sense. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, that's basically my quarter. I think I know like this is not the end of the quarter, but I'm already doing a little celebration to be like, oh my god, this is a great quarter to have filmed.
Nice.
Like, we
Good
filmed
job.
so many videos. Involved a lot of tarts, a lot of jumping jacks in
A
the
lot of
office.
bribing.
Yeah,
Nice.
oh, sweet bribing. Yeah, jumping jacks in the office. At least starting to count his macros. So I've started coming in with like little edamame, like protein pot bowls. Just
Cute.
gotta adjust to the talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yeah, just a lot of fun filming. Just picked up a lot of
Nice.
skills. Yeah,
Good
that's
stuff.
that's my update. What's going on in your life?
Nice. Oh, good question. What is going on in my life? Nothing as exciting as yours. Um, what is going on? I went to a really cool creator event last night, which
Ooh, what is it
maybe we'll
called?
debrief on
Oh,
next time.
never mind.
Oh, no, it's a creator leaders event, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll yeah, I still need to digest it 'cause like I only came back. It was last night, and
It's been less
it
than
was
12
very
hours
late.
ago.
It's been yeah. So I will write some stuff up. That'll be cool. But I guess just if you can get to any career events, definitely do them, team.
Mm. There is
So
one
good.
virtual. It's called like Creator Office Hours or something, and it happens like every 2 weeks.
What? And it's by Small
Yeah.
Creator Big World. Is that the
Oh
one?
my goodness, I think it's free too.
Whoa, guys, you should get along to that one. That sounds like incredible. That's where
Yeah,
you should be.
exactly. Link in the description.
Yeah. Yep. Good plug. Okay, what else is going on? I can't remember if I said this last time, but work-wise, I realized that actually like with like clients or just people that or potential clients is getting them on like a strategy. This is not new news to anyone, by the way, except me, where I was like, oh, this could work, is getting them onto like an initial strategy audit clarity call, and figuring
What do
out
you
what they
mean?
need and helping them. Okay, so what I find is that when I speak to people, they are at the
Mhm.
stage where obviously they need help. They're hitting their limits, and they're like, oh, I need, but they don't always know what the next step is, or there's so many options, or they think they need something and actually they need something else, and they're not getting to the root cause of what's going on. And yeah, being able to jump on with them and like just getting because there's the thing with these people is there's so much stuff in their head, because that's
Yeah.
like they are basically the business, right? Whether it's one man or whether they've got help or not, they are effectively the one person running the show, and everything is in their head. But it also means that everything rests with them, and some of these people can't take a break because like everything falls down if they take a break, and they obviously need help because they've got to that point, but it's having someone to be able to sit down with and get everything out of your head and then start putting that plan in place. And I think, yeah, I think I want to do more of these with people because I think it's A, really helpful for them, and B, it's like, it's cool for me. And if I can help them after that to put that plan in action, amazing. And if not, then like that's also fine. Like giving them that clarity and making them leave that session going, oh, that was much better. I think is really cool. So that's in the back of my mind of like, I mean, that's as far as it's gone right now. But it's just like how do I do that more maybe? But otherwise just ticking along, really. Anything else exciting happening? Nope. Have I missed anything?
It's in a couple of weeks.
I read a book called Tuesdays with Maury, and I
Oh.
thought it was really good. So that's my book recommendation for the episode.
Can I do a book recommendation too?
Please.
Okay. Lin-Manuel Miranda's biography. Guys, oh my god, this is so good. Like, I have just been okay, so I've been a Lin-Manuel Miranda fan for I think maybe about like 10 years now. So I've kind of like followed his career. Like, not I think like post-Hamilton, post-Hamilton, all the way, and then went back to the backlog, discovered In the Heights, was there to like literally scouring YouTube. I was on YouTube when Ham for Ham is still happening and stuff, and Lynn was still on the cast and everything. So just having seen and lived through all of that, and then like seeing it all chronicled in a book. Like, I have never been old enough to see anything that I've lived chronicled in a book. So it's actually crazy to be like around, because it was like he was making there was a reference where Lynn was doing a skit on SNL, and he was like making fun of like, oh, Trump's never going to be president now, blah blah blah. And I was like, there, I saw the skit and I remember when it happened, and I was like laughing when it happened. It turns out the joke's on us because he did become president, but like this was like way back when. But anyway, the great part of this book is like it's called The Education of an Artist, and it really chronicles like how Lynn is able to like infuse all of the influences into like the different works and all of his different high school play directing experience, and how that impacted like In the Heights, and how that impacted like Hamilton. I think it's just like such a great book to see, just like from a creative angle, how things and experience have shaped him, and also how he chooses to like carry that energy into different projects and different stuff in his life. I just thought, as like somebody who identifies as a creator, I thought that was just like, it's just like an amazing book to sink my teeth into. Loved it.
Nice.
Yeah, love this book. Book rec.
He's like a hero of yours. Okay, maybe we should do little recommendations. Maybe that should be a segment.
Ooh, I don't think we'll have a dearth, a lack of stuff to recommend.
No, we will have a dearth. Well, now every time you do that, I really doubt myself. A dearth of X, but doesn't that mean you do have a lot?
I write words, guys. I don't speak them. This is out of my
you're
league.
Smarter than me. Please don't ask me. Anyway, we will have recommendations for you. That could be a fun little segment. But yeah, anyway.
This is just a thermal.
Do it.
A thermal printer that prints like stickers. Guys, this is life-changing. I think when you have to
just
print,
black and white.
They're just black and white. I think when you have to print something, there's just like so much pressure of like the print having to be like good and like nice, and it warrants a trip to the print shop or whatever. This is literally like what I've been putting in my journals, and it's literally just black and white photos of
your breakfast.
Yeah, of my breakfast, of like a lunch spot, of literally just like me riding shotgun in the car, of this little cute like charger device that were there while my mom was setting up or like checking the iPhone in the store, and my dad and I were like bored, so we were just like, oh, this charger looks like a car. Let's play with that. But basically, it's like literally that. It's just day-to-day stuff.
Yeah.
Black and white. But,
lower the bar, team. I think that's
the bar.
Actually a very good note to end on, because that is the point of the whole episode. Is
lower the bar.
Just put stuff out.
Yeah. Get it? Like lower the stakes as much as possible. So like get a really, really cheap printer to print stuff instead of like printing at high quality through a photo.
Yeah.
Studio. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox now.
No, I love it. Just publish stuff even though it's not optimized or perfect or
heck yeah.
Your magnus opus. It's okay.
God. Yeah. Magnus opus is a whole other different beast. Oh, was literally just watching tangent. I was literally just watching a Peter McKinnon video about like his bucket shot video, which is like one of my favorite videos of all time. It was like the single video, like the video that single-handedly made me want to go to Banff, because he made his bucket shot video. Like basically just like how he got like that one photo, and it was like a little mini documentary or something. But he was talking about like how that because he thought that was like his magnum opus, it ended up trapping him for so long, because he thought like everything else he posts after that is just like won't live up to like that photo. And eventually he did make like a bucket shot too or something, but that's like a good like 5-ish or so years, maybe even a long time since the first video was published. But it's like people just love him for the vibes that he was just like the magnus opus pressure, it was so high that it paralyzed him for quite a while.
Fair. All right. Any closing thoughts, or was that your closing thought?
You want me to think more?
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's call it there. All right, team. This has been a wonderful episode. I think it's maybe even over an hour, so we've gone on a little longer. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to do a CTA or something. So maybe guys sign up to the newsletter and we have creator office hours. But everything is in the description and I'm bad at plugging things. So we'll see you in the next one. And this has been fun. And as always, let us know if you have thoughts or comments or if you liked the episode or didn't like the episode. We are open to hearing everything.
Yeah, send us a voice note on LinkedIn. Why not?
Send us a voice note on LinkedIn. All right, team. We'll see you in the next one.
All right, now go ahead, publish.
Bye.